It is said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome to Chapel Hill, North Carolina, Keenan Memorial Stadium, the home of the North Carolina Tar Heels. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the South Carolina Gamecocks, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the North Carolina Tar Heels. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. And the Gamecocks will get us started with the opening kickoff. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Running back set up in the pistol. Looking downfield, it's Bryant. Makes the grab. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down.
Man, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back him off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding him? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters. Sometimes good things happen.
This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Knocked down at the 47. It's a 5-yard gain and enough to move the chains.
And that's back-to-back now. We've seen this running back get it done on their opening drive of the game. That last carry got the first down. So if I'm the offensive coordinator right now, I love the way my O-line's playing, and I love the way this guy's toting the rock. I'm going to give it to him again.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. The offense changing the play. Looking to fire. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And that's a really good job by this defense. A complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Now facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete to the right. Now well within striking distance as that third down play gets him a first at the 29.
Well, you love to see this on the first drive of the game, right? Third down, go back to the old faithful, the slant pass, something you put in on day one install back in spring practice. Executed perfectly, keep this drive alive.
And the Tar Heels will snap it on 1st and 10. He leaves it with his back. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down. The Tar Heels want to crank the tempo. They'll ride the hot hand. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
And talking to the OC this week, getting this running back going was step number one. It was priority number one. He said it makes the whole offense go. Like, he is the bell cow. He is the guy. This offense doing exactly what they set out to do on this first drive.
On the move. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Tar Heels.
This defense has their hands full in this game because of what you saw right there. This quarterback is one of the fastest players in the entire country, and he runs one in. They're going to have to do a better job getting hats to him because they know they're going to see the QB run a lot today.
Here he comes from midway in the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Gets it out fast. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. The Gamecocks with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. He'll pull it on the read. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a first down. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong. The emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight, and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
It's not a flashy play call, but that is exactly what it was designed to do. Get 2 yards, get the first down.
And the Gamecocks are moving quickly down the field. The hand to the running back. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks it down. The Gamecocks are in the hurry-up.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Here's the handoff.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
The play action fake. Looking to buy time. He's going to run it. What a nice job by the defense stringing that out and forcing him out of bounds. He got nothing.
And absolutely nothing doing there on the quarterback run. Defense takes all the gaps away. They use their speed to force him to the sidelines. He didn't even gain any yards, guys, before going out of bounds.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch. Really nice job to convert that 3rd down, and they've got it at the 33.
You know, one of the areas that separate good offensive coordinators from great ones is how efficient their offenses are on 3rd down passing plays. That was the perfect call at the perfect time, and obviously executed well.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
You want to make a guy that's elite, that's one of the best in the business, start to become more and more human. Keep getting hits on him. Nice job by the defense, getting in his face, being physical. Make him feel your presence. Don't let him get comfortable back there in that pocket.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Catch in the middle, it's Clinton. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the 1st quarter. This is a designed run. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this 1st period. Guys, we've reached the end of the period, and North Carolina's on top. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. So 1st down here as they go back to work. The offense calls timeout. It's the 2nd one they've used this half.
South Carolina.
And the Gamecocks have it with a 1st and 10. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Going to work on second down in the red zone and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Give to the single back. He's pulled down after a tough run, gets it to the 6.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
Now on 1st and goal as they try to answer that opener with a touchdown of their own. They'll try to get it in with the run. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And how about the timing of the linebacker on the blitz to get in the backfield and get the tackle for loss?
Is there anything better for a linebacker than to run on a blitz and nobody's home except the back?
Such a great feeling when the Moses parts the Red Sea and the hole opens up and you go fill it.
The run up the middle, looking for the score. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. The Gamecocks will hustle to the line. Wants to fire it in the end zone on 3rd and goal. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And look at the quarterback, look at the players on offense. They're overlooking at the sidelines, begging to stay on the field and try and score this touchdown. They've been on the field for so many plays, for so long. When you've done all that work, you want to capitalize and you want to score a touchdown. You don't want to be kicking a field goal at this point.
He wants to throw it. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Gamecocks! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
A big question mark for this offense coming into the year, guys. Who could score touchdowns? Who are going to be their biggest playmakers on offense? This guy scored in the first game. He's off to a great start in this one with that touchdown. This guy looks like the real deal.
And he tacks on the extra point. So that was a lengthy 17-play drive, and the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Coming out with it, it's Burton. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Returns to the field. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
And the Tar Heels can really attack on this 2nd and short. The give to the back. There he goes. And finally out of bounds after an explosive run by this ball carrier.
Every time he touches the ball, you can feel the excitement from this home crowd because Palmer, he can go the distance with that game-breaking speed.
You're right, David. He's a special talent. I'll tell you, these fans, they come here to see this guy play because he has game-breaking speed. Stuff you can't coach. You saw it on that play.
Defense there to stop him after a gain of 3, but he is inside the 30 to the 29. Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Back to pass. Finds his big tight end. And he's down right there. Picked up a few, but still some work to do to get a 1st down. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better third down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to third down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
They won't have time to run another play, and we will take it to the 2-minute timeout. The Tar Heels come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Quarterback will keep it. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. They'll go hurry up here. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Still looking, on the move. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Running back searching for a hole. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
Well, they needed 2 yards for that first down. The running back doing just enough to make sure he keeps this drive alive.
And the Tar Heels have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Well, there's a statement by the defensive line. First down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front. Beat their one-on-ones and forced a tackle for a loss.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Pressure coming. Just a hair too much on it from this big-armed sophomore quarterback.
You simply don't see that very often. A quarterback of this guy's caliber missing a guy wide open in the end zone. He makes those throws in his sleep.
Now 3rd and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. From the gun, wants to pass. Into the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, UNC!
Nice throw, nice catch, and I think we're going to see and hear a lot of that guy to that guy. A touchdown catch in game 1, now a touchdown catch in game 2. They're going to continue to find that playmaker throughout this season.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Makes the grab. Really good job making a play, getting it out to the 24 and moving those chains. And the Gamecocks want to pick up the tempo. Looking downfield on 1st down. Finds his man. It's Clinton. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the first down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. Looking deep. Got a man in the middle. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. The Gamecocks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. And they're not on the same page there.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Backed up now, here's second and long. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Fires to the middle. He's open on the right. Get it down to the 28-yard line. It is a first down, and they have to show some urgency here. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays.
Timeout, South Carolina.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires toward the end zone. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half.
QB never saw the defender. He's staring his receiver down, telegraphing his throw, and the DB jumped all over that.
One more snap coming before halftime. He wants to change this route. To the air on first down. Here comes the heat. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. The Tar Heels will kick it off to start the second half. And he's not going to take the touchback. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football, Palmer, out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
To go up top. Going downfield for the big play. He's got it on the outside. The junior making a clutch play and turning in a big catch.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll move the tight end. Wants to throw on first down. Gets it out quickly.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Gives it to the back on the draw. Breaks into the open. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
You're down. Obviously, at the half, you had a conversation. We got to come out and put points on the board. And, Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing or they're winning, come out here and try to be the most physical unit here in the second half. Get this run game established.
And the Gamecocks are rolling down the field. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Throws to the wideout. How about a little rhythm that you can tap your toe to on that throw and catch for the first down? Last couple of plays, the offense seems to be just one step ahead, David.
Yeah, and I'm going to have to do something to disrupt the timing, the rhythm. I got to do something that they're not expecting, because right now they got the run and they got the pass working. So this defense, we have to find something new to kind of confuse this offense.
Off play action. Shoots it to the left. Got his man. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it first and goal.
Well, the offense is trying to make it look like runs, so they play fake, and the tight end, he comes right out of his stance, vertical downfield, gets one-on-one with a much smaller DB, and is able to make the catch for a big gain.
They'll dial up the run on first and goal. Virtually unblocked, and he stopped for a loss of 8.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He's pulled down after a tough run, gets it to the 6. The Gamecocks in the hurry up. He'll keep it himself. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop.
That's got to hurt if you're the offense, because you're thinking with this quarterback and his size and his athleticism, that's going to be an easy first down pickup on the option play. But how about the physicality up front by this defense, stuffing him at the line of scrimmage?
He slides that just inside the right upright. That'll bring him to within 4. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Houston is lighting up the scoreboard behind an offense that looks just about as good as we've ever seen in Clutch City. They're up by 27 over UNLV. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. Direct snap. And some room to work. Gets it across the 30 to the 31, a pickup of 5.
Defensively, with all the space now and spread football, there's so many opportunities where it's one-on-one tackling, and it's really hard to do. It's hard to get guys to the ground that are so talented. That's why defenses have to swarm to the football, get multiple guys there. That's your best chance to not have broken tackles.
They'll leave it with him. Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 33.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Quarterback keeps it. Coming through that third down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. And the Tar Heels getting set on 1st and 10. They've been running it, but now the pass. Fires to the right. He makes the catch. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line.
This offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
Motion from the wideout. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
Corners are going to bail. Throws for the tight end. Got him downfield. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Looking to throw on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's McLeod. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of the third quarter. Guys, we've reached the end of the period, and North Carolina's on top. And sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the third. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Looking to the big tight end. That's caught. It's Clinton. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. And the Gamecocks headed quickly to the line. The corners are walked up tight. He caught it. Touchdown, South Carolina. They've got the lead here in the fourth.
Well, I love the play call late in the fourth quarter now. You're just trying to get athletes in space. They throw it to him just short of the end zone, and he does the rest. And because of it, his team now has the lead.
And he puts it down the middle, and the lead is 3 here in the final period. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down.
You got to like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter, they're coming up. They're not giving the run after the catch to these receivers. A lot of times you see so much damage done after the catch. This defense has been dialed in, and the big play has been a non-issue.
Well, this offense is going to try and grind their way to a win now, and they're going to start force-feeding this guy the football, too. He's made a few plays earlier in this game, but now in the fourth quarter, it's about force-feeding him, getting some push up front, and just icing this thing.
Looking downfield on first down. Quick strike complete. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. Quarterback making adjustments. They're looking to throw on second and short.